the landscape of musicians and the experience they had, I think, is really different, and it's been like really morphing into what you're talking about right now. Because I remember I started to play in 1987, so I was like 11 years old, and my dad was like long-haired tattoo guy, like rocker, and I remember him. For him, there was no compromise. It had to be loud. So, for example, and I got some pictures of this. We had a 1969 MPEG SVT with the 2 cabs. Okay, so that's 16 speakers. I had a Rickenbacker. I plugged into it. I had never played an MPEG SVT, so I play bass and guitar. And I thought I would shit my pants. The first note that came out, I think the volume was at 1, and my pant leg started to move.
You found the brown note.
My dad's in the back. He's like, keep going. And I'm like, it's so loud. It was uncontrollable. And he's like, sounds good to me. You couldn't do that today. There's no way. Like, I have like this amp right here, and I set it at like 1. And my wife shuts the doors. My kids are like, you're really loud. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm loud? I'm standing in front of it. You can hear me talk there. You're shouting. But yeah? Well, but you want me to play this freaking amp at like bedroom level? What is this?
Right.
Yeah. So
speaker's barely moving at that level.
Yeah. It's like, if I don't feel my pant leg moving, this is not loud enough.
Right.
But the new generation didn't go through that. A lot of them started in their bedroom with, a DAW, a few plugins. And I think to them that forged their personality. It's a little more controlled. They're more into experimenting with stuff. I didn't experiment very much with the amps when I was growing up because we had just a select few pedals.
Yeah.
And we were just cranking the crap out of it and rolling back the guitar volume. A lot of guitar players that I know that are younger, they're like, why are you touching the guitar volume? Just use a volume pedal.
Right.
What do you mean a volume pedal? I don't need there's a volume on the damn guitar. So the mindset is different. And moving forward, we haven't even addressed the fact that we have AI coming in that is starting to analyze amp circuit, guitar pedal circuits. Maybe AI will get integrated with the technology that's similar to the Kemper. So as there's this race to the bottom, hopefully not, but I wouldn't discount it because I'm pretty sure at some point someone really wise is going to merge the modeling technology with AI, and who knows what it's going to look like in 10 years.
Well, neural modeling has probably never been easier. I mean, you have neural amp modeling, which is like an open source. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it, but it's open source. The models are provided. You basically, let me think how it works. It's been a bit since I did it. You basically, you have a file that you are comparing like so you have an audio file, you send it through your amp, come back in, and it basically analyzes that signal and then makes basically AI model of it. And so then you can use that model in the free plugin, and it's literally, and people are now making it in pedals too. They're getting ready to make hardware to work with these neural models. And it's cool. I was talking to someone about this yesterday. It's really cool. The problem is that you start getting option overload. So, I mean, like me, I'm like, all right, I need a Vox, I need a Mark, I need maybe I need a Plexi, and maybe a newer Marshall, and a Fender amp, Tweed amp. I'm good. That's enough for me. But when you have 15,000 different models of amps, you after a while you're like, I can't even hear the difference between these. They all sound so. I mean, your ears just get fatigued going through model after model after model after model after model after model. So I don't know what that's going to look like. I mean, like you're saying, Jonathan, like to me, the act of playing that amp is as much what I feel from the pressure in the room as it is to my ears.
Yep.
And it's just a different thing. To me, it's a religious experience. To my son, it's a complete annoyance.
It's annoying. Weird mindset.
I had two very, very not revealing, but kind of confirming things happening last week. So I went out for my day job, I went out to see a couple of dealers, and one of them was a second-hand sort of guy. He does only use stuff, and he's very good at sourcing things. And he had an amplifier that was like a direct Dumble steel string singer clone, but the 100-watt version. And it was a guy who makes them in Hungary. SLMs it was called. And I saw this thing. I was like, what the hell is this? Like a huge head, super heavy as well. Comes in at like 28 kilos. Super heavy. But he was like, well, try it. And he had a like 70s Strat floating around there. I connected that thing and I cranked it up well. And it wasn't even like, it was just a regular like 1960A Marshall cabinet, like nothing fancy really. And like hit a couple of chords and I was like, holy shit. Yeah. Okay. And it was just clean. You wouldn't even need some sort of pedal in front. It was just the clean sound of that amp was like so fun. And it was like, there's so much feedback going on. It was great. I was like, yeah, damn, I don't have money. Would have taken that with me. Just for the simple reason of like, I mean, I can't use that here, you know. So especially with my son, 2 rooms like away from me sleeping, I couldn't use that. And the other thing is, on Saturday I went out to a concert. I saw a band called the Cardinal Black, which is the band where Chris Buck is the guitar player. I don't know if you know him, but
I don't know him.
Yeah. So. If you have some time, check out Cardinal Black. It's a great band. The singer is amazing, absolutely amazing singer, and Chris Buck is probably one of the coolest guitar players that has like a very kind of unique tone. You hear him and you know it's him. You know, he's and that's
very
something
tasty player.
Yeah, very tasty player, absolutely.
Yeah.
And this guy, and that was like the second like confirmation. This guy had a brown face concert amp and a brown face super amp, and he was running kind of a stereo rig, and he was playing with the feedback all the time. And he was like, it was almost like he was painting with the volume knob,
right?
And it was amazing. It was just so amazing because, well, you don't get that with modelers. You can't do that with a stupid Kemper. You can't do that with these like floor modelers or something. Yeah, you can get a monitor wedge in front of you and try to do it. It's not going to be the same. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
No, not at all. Yeah. It's amazing. So and that was like the confirmation for like, that's why I always play amps, and I never like went down the modeling route. Never.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, I'll use modelers of some sort. Like if I just need a quick and dirty recording thing, you know, like maybe I'm just writing a song and I'm like, I just need a part here real quick. I don't want to turn anything on. I just need to plug into something. I'll use a modeler for that. Super handy. I don't gig out that much either. So if I gigged out, it'd be a lot different, I'm sure. But yeah, if I'm just playing, it's just, again, old man yelling at clouds. I know. I'm going full boomer here. I just enjoy it more through an amp. You know, I enjoy, for whatever reason, I'm not a huge fan of digital stuff. I have this weird thing where I sense like this latency, and people are like, it's only 2 milliseconds. You can't sense it. And I'm like, there's this feel, this disconnect between my hands and my brain that I can't make it go away. Yep. And I can't hear the difference. It's just, it just feels off, for lack of a better words. And it's probably just because I'm so used to playing analog for the past 45 years of my life, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So